Okay, so good day, class. For today's lesson with film screen imaging, we are going to talk about the darkroom storage consideration. And so let's talk about the darkroom storage considerations along with the accessories. Yan, at yung mga important accessories natin. Okay, so first, let's have the handling and storage consideration. And so yung ating handling and storage. Okay, so first for handling, number one is with regards to yung pag nag-handle tayo ng film or any accessories sa ating dark room, our hands must be clean and dry. And clean and dry without any moisturizers or yung mga creams yan, moisturizers or cream. Like pag nagawa kasi tayo ng film, yung mga lotions or mga moisturizer na nasa balat natin, even the oils of our hand nga can damage the sensitive layer of the film, which is the emulsion. As much as possible, it must be cool, clean and dry. And then for other parameters, under this one is the temperature. And I think na pasadahan natin to before pero anuhan lang natin ng reviewin lang natin and dagdagan natin ng some details. So for the temperature, yung temperature dapat na ideal for the storage of the film. And so darkroom storage of this is intended for the film para ma-maximize yung lifespan ng ating X-ray film. Kasi yung X-ray film na expired. So na hindi na sila ideal na gamitin for diagnostic imaging. Hindi na maganda yung mapuproduce nilang image kahit okay pa yung mga gagawin mong procedure sa factors. So yan, kaya dapat maprolong natin yung lifespan nila. Okay, for the temperature, the temperature of the dark room should be around 10 degrees Celsius to 21 degrees Celsius, or that is around 50 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Yan. So etong temperature na to is quite ideal para mapahaba yung storage capacity ng ating X-ray film. Okay, so yung darkroom din kasi doon ini-stockpile yung ating mga X-ray film. Okay, so yung temperature na to, pag masyadong mataas, let's say you exceeded from 50, pag masyadong mataas yung temperature, it could result into fog. Ay masyadong magkakaroon ng shades, ng darker shades yung ating film na kahit hindi pa siya na-expose sa radiation for imaging. Pagka naman masyadong mababa, it would result to static artifact. Yan, yung magka-clump yung mga electrons. Yan, kapag masyadong malamig yung darkroom natin, magkakaroon ng build-up kasi ng static electricity that can create yung appearance ng static electricity artifact like yung mga parang mga branches ng tree sa film na hindi naman produce ng ating procedure, but because of the artifact, yan nga, static artifact. Okay, so yun, so that's the just hold on lang. Okay, so next factor that we are about to talk is about humidity. Okay, so this is also important para dun sa ideal storage setup ng ating dark room for the film. Okay, so for humidity, tatandaan lang it's around 40 to 60%. And 40 to 60% dapat yung moisture level nung air within our dark room. So pagka kasi less than 40%, and pagka masyadong mababa, so less than 40%, just like dun sa temperature, pagka masyadong mababa, it can produce Static yung makikreate niyan, another artifact. And also, it might lead to stickiness, na magiging sticky. So dahil nga may tubig, may moisture level dun sa hangin, yung film natin medyo parang mamasa-masa kapag i-retrieve na siya doon sa ating box. Okay, so another thing is kapag kasi moistened ang environment, it promotes fungal growth. Nagkakaroon ng ng okay, so correction by the way, static kapag less than 40%. So kung masyadong mababa yung humidity. So is increase of static electricity, and yung binabanggit ko ngayon, etong stickiness saka fungal growth, doon siya pasok sa uh, ano naman sa greater than 60%. Greater than 60%. So correction, it should be less than. Yeah, less than. So less than 60% static electricity. Kapag sa sumobra na ng 60%, ang magiging problem is yung stickiness, magiging masyadong madikit yung film natin, saka yung fungal growth, particularly molds, yan yung amag. Yan, parang yung mga pader na palaging basa na nahahamugan, inaamag. Yung mga walls na gawa sa kahoy, inaamag sila kapag palaging nahahamugan o nababasa. So ganun din yung ating dark room. It will promote fungal growth if there's high humidity. Okay, so yun, and that etong fungal growth, it can lead to permanent damage. Yan, magkakaroon kasi ng chemical reaction yung fungus doon sa film natin. So masisira niya, especially yung gelatin part ng ating film, kakainin niyo ng fungus. Okay, so yung siguro I also want to include yung mataas na humidity, katulad ng mataas na temperature, it can result into fogging. Nagkakos din yan ng fog doon sa ating X-ray film. Okay. Okay, another factor is lighting. I think the light, napasadahan natin to before, but for the sake of film storage ng ating darkroom, it should be yung ating mga packaging should be light proof. And so to avoid the accidental or unwanted na exposure ng light na magre-result into fog or artifact dun sa X-ray film natin, the first and foremost na binibigyan ng security is yung packaging. It should be light proof packaging. So yung box natin, kaya nga hindi natin siya basta-basta tinatapon kapag ubos na, or kapag pwede namang itapon, pero it should be a backup. So backup, pero syempre kung marami naman na sila doon, pwede mo nang bawasan. So pero yung container mismo, yung box nung binili yung film, light proof yun. Kaya meron siyang yung box naka-cover ng itim na plastic. Yan. So to give it more protection against unwanted light. And then aside from the light proofing, yung ating yung ating box, yung film bin, yan, kung saan siya itatabi, kung sakali mang tatanggalin siya sa box. So wala dapat nagli-leak na white light, or else yun nga, masisira yung ating film, magkakaroon ng unwanted fog. Then another thing for the light, for the sake of the film handling and storage, yung ating safe light. And kung gagamit pa ng safe light, remember may compatibility. So safe light compatibility. So ang GVX yung pinaka-safe sa lahat, yung Kodak GVX2 filter. Ito yung red ang kanyang color ng liwanag na lumalabas. So this is safe both for green sensitive, so both for green sensitive film and blue sensitive, okay lang gamitin sa kanya. Yan yung mga orthochromatic film. Pero kapag let's say for instance, ang gamit na filter is yung Kodak Raten. So yung Raten Series 6B. Yan, Series 6B. Pang blue sensitive lang to. Hindi mo siya pwedeng gamitin sa mga orthochromatic film, magpo-cause siya ng fog. And as I mentioned last time, meron tong proper na distance sa loading bench natin. Kung wall mounted dyan, at least 1 to 2 meters or 4 feet. And 4 feet siya dapat. And doon sa tabletop ng ating loading and unloading bench. Okay. Okay, then for ano natin, next thing syempre radiation shielding. And radiation shielding. So kung ano to, kung kahoy, it should be lead line by at least 1.5 millimeter and millimeter of lead. Yun dapat yung kapal nung lead na naka nandun sa may wall na adjacent to the X-ray examination room. O kung ano naman, kung hindi naman lead kasi nga medyo magastos yung yung pagbili ng lead, they resort to make it concrete. So konkreto nilang ginagawa. Ang thickness ng concrete, so ang concrete is around 6 inches, ganyan siya kakapal. Para i-secure na hindi makakatagos yung radiation dun sa area ng mga film natin. So usually ito yung room na na adjacent dun sa X-ray machine. And then lead line, and for the actual container, yan yung cabinet. So ilalagay man sa cabinet yung mga hindi pa ginagamit na film box. So yung mga cabinet should be lead line as well. And to add extra protection. And then siguro also yung isa sa mga nagiging errors noon, yung mga radioactive materials like yung ginagamit sa mga nuclear medicine facilities, you should put it away doon sa ating sa dark room. So hindi dapat nakatabi ang dark room kung saan nire-receive yung mga radioactive materials like yung mga pharmaceuticals na ginagamit sa nuclear medicine. So hindi siya dapat naka-design or nakapwesto malapit doon, or else yung malakas na gamma energy, kung may maglilikma na gamma, may expose yung mga film natin. Okay, so next factor is in terms of pressure. Okay, tinutukoy na pressure dito is yung storage pressure, na dapat yung film should be vertically stored. Pag sinabi nating vertically stored, yung mga film natin dapat magkakatabi sila na parang libro. Parang yung mga libro sa library na hindi sila pinagpapatong-patong. Pagka kasi horizontally on stack, yan, yung pinagpatong-patong sila, yung bigat ng mga nasa ibabaw makikreate ng mataas na pressure sa nasa ilalim, and that would result into unwanted density. Magko-cause ng pressure marks, artifact yon. So kaya ang ginagawa natin kapag ini-stored natin yung X-ray film boxes on their shorter end, and so nasa vertically standing to avoid pressure from their weight na nagbi-build up. Okay, so and then another thing siguro for pressure kapag nag-handle, it should be dapat dahan-dahan. Yan, kapag mag-handle tayo, yung kukuha ka ng retrieving film from the box, it should be not a very not fast, yung smooth retrieval. It should be smooth, na hindi makikiskis ng mabilisan yung mga film sa isa't isa, because that could result into static artifact, static artifact. And as well, kapag nahawakan mo na, nakuha mo na, you should avoid bending. Pagka kasi na bend yung X-ray film, yung area kung saan siya natupi or nag-kink, yan, na rin yun, magpuput din ng pressure. And so avoid bending, kaya careful handling. So bending, crimping, and natupi yung ating or much worse, na diinan ng kamay mo, ng daliri mo, kaya nag-cause ng scratches. And so that is also result of pressure nung kamay sa nung daliri mo dun sa film. Okay, so now let's go to and some of the important accessories for film handling. And so some accessories for film handling. For film handling. Okay, so first one, syempre from the word holding, yung ating film holder. Yung film holder natin dito dito ina-attach or inilalagay yung ating X-ray film, so that they can be retrieved pagka ilulubog na sa chemical. So parang instead na malubog yung daliri mo, yung mga kamay mo dun sa mga chemicals, mga processing solutions, ilalagay natin sa hangers yung ating X-ray film so that yun yung mami-maintain niya yung hindi didikit sa walls ng containers, ng chemicals or nung ating yung processing tanks, hindi siya dumidikit doon kasi pag dumidikit tas itataas mo, possible na mamagasgas yung X-ray film. Kaya nilagay natin sa film holder to avoid scratches as well as hindi siya malukot-lukot or matupi-tupi habang nilulubog sa chemical. And these film holders are oftentimes and yung mga film holders natin. Okay, so I'm referring pala to film hanger. So film hanger yung sinasabi ko. So yung film hanger yon yung kanina. So film holder pertains to anything that can be used to hold or support. Yan. So that can provide support. And pwede siya mag-provide ng support and protection. And so technically yung pang-handling na binabanggit ko kanina, that's film hanger. So yung film holder dito, this is a general term pertaining to anything that can be held at held kapag gagamitin na natin yung X-ray film. At ang pinaka-common nga dito sa ating ayan, for positioning purposes sa film holder natin is yung radiographic cassette. Yan. So may dalawa tayong klase na develop nun before, dalawa yan, yung ating cassette, the radiographic cassette. Yan, so the radiographic cassette and yung ating cardboard, yung cardboard holder. Yung cardboard holder, hindi na to masyadong ginagamit ngayon. Ito yung literal na parang karton. So parang karton lang yung yung ginagamit na pang-hold ng film. This is a light tight. So light tight rigid cardboard. So literal na karton siya. So oftentimes ginagamit itong cardboard dun sa mga lumang mobile radiography. Also in some cases yung mga dental examination. Literal na karton yung cardboard. So ano siya medyo manipis lang saka hindi siya ganoon kabigat. So light tight din siya. So it can prevent yung exposure sa white light but hindi siya kasing tibay ng traditional na cassette na sturdy. Matigas yung kanyang surface. Okay, so syempre yung cassette natin, ito yung up to the present ginagamit natin siya. So light tight containers din. Pag sinabi nating light tight, pag sinabi nating light tight, light proof. Hindi siya basta-basta napapasukan ng liwanag na unwanted na makakasira dun sa image ng X-ray na na-create. Okay, so ayan, yung cassette natin is meron siyang mga important na parts. So since na yung cassette na yung nowadays na ginagamit natin, pag-usapan natin yung ng quickly the important parts of the radiographic cassette. So yung radiographic cassette natin, meron siyang front and back cover. So let's say ito yung cassette natin. And so meron siyang front cover. So may front cover 'yan. And tapos meron tayong back cover. Okay, si front cover usually made of bakelite material. Pag sinabi nating bakelite materials, low attenuating sa X-ray. So low attenuation. Pagka tumama yung radiation, hindi niya halos mapapahina. So it is intended na yun yung tube side, yun yung nakatapat sa X-ray tube para pagka dumating yung X-ray, hindi niya masyadong ma-attenuate, matatagos lang yung radiation, marireach niya yung film na nasa gitna. So let's say ito yung X-ray film, dyan natin yung region ng X-ray film. So ang in contact dun sa X-ray film natin is the intensifying screen. Yan na kasi yung modern setup, yung film screen combination. So meron tayong front screen, meron din tayong back screen. May IS din dito or intensifying screen. So yan yung usual na setup nun. So kung yung front is naka-bakelite or low attenuation, yung back naman is high attenuation. Gawa sila ng mga heavy metals. Yan, yung mga heavy metals natin. Yan, yung heavy metals na to is quite intended in order to avoid backscattered. and backscattered radiation. Yan, na kapag ka na-produce yung scattered radiation dito, hindi na sila makakabalik and may expose pa yung film causing yung ating mga artifacts or fogging. Yan. So yan yung common na parts ng ating intensifying screen. Siguro one important thing to mention, and for the sake of the radiographic cassette, so radiographic cassette as well is light tight, as well as dapat yung radiographic cassette should maintain film screen contact. And pag sinabi nating film screen contact, yung pagiging dikit na dikit or halos sa ipit na ipit ng intensifying screen yung ating X-ray film, and that is quite needed for the image to be sharp, or else kapag pangit tong film screen contact, magiging blurred yung image natin, magiging magkakaroon ng distorted yung image. Kaya kailangan may usually sa front cover, meron pa ditong felt pad. Yan, yung parang foam na manipis. Ang tawag doon is felt pad. Yan, felt pad. So yun yung pang-ipit ng gusto sa ating film to maintain or to promote good screen film contact. Okay, ngayon pag-usapan natin yung binabanggit ko kanina, yung film hangers. And film hangers yung nasa isip ko, nasa film holder. So kasi literally yung film hanger, it also holds the film. So in-hold niya rin yung film, yung kaninang film holders during examination habang ina-expose sa X-ray. Ito naman, ino-hold niya yung film during processing. And during processing habang nilulubog sa chemical. Especially ginagamit siya for manual mode of processing. Okay, so yung mga types ng natin, yung pinaka-common na type ng film hanger is clip type. So pag sinabi nating clip type, literal na iniipit. Yan, so kiniklip sa corners. And so may apat sa four corners, doon siya iniipit, or yung iba neto yung parang yung parang literal na ipit ng damit. Yung iba naman yung clip niya is binubutas, ibubutas dun sa apat na edges ng ating X-ray film para banat siya kapag ilulubog, hindi matutupi-tupi. Another type is yung tinatawag nating channel type. Okay, yung channel type naman, they hold the film by sliding. Kung eto clipping yung isa, and ito ay clip, literal na iniipit. Si channel type naman is ini-slip lang. So literal na lang siya, i-insert or parang yung slot ng sa SIM card yung or yung mga memory cards na i-shoot mo lang siya doon. So literal na i-shoot. I-shoot mo lang siya doon sa provided space for the X-ray film nung ating cassette. So it just usually may grooves yan pa isang term. Mayroon siyang mga grooves na doon i-shoot yung ating X-ray film. Yan. So ang common na material kung saan gawa ang mga film hangers, yan yung mga film hangers, they are stainless steel. Yan, mga stainless steel. Yung mga bakal na inert pagdating sa chemical reaction. Kailangan kasi hindi sila hindi sila matutunaw, hindi sila magre-react doon sa mga chemicals ng processing solution natin, or else masisira nila yung concentration as well as the effect of the chemicals during processing. Okay, yan na. So hangers are quite important in order to make sure na hindi mo hahawakan yung film habang nilulubog siya sa chemical, to avoid nga irritation, as well as to make sure na na hindi magkakaroon ng mga artifacts like scratches, yung mga fingerprint artifacts yung film natin. And yun kasi yung common dilemma kapag kinakamay yung film na nilulubog sa chemical, plus may irritate pa yung balat mo, baka allergic ka pala, di mo alam na yun. So siguro last natin will be the film dryers. So film dryers. Okay, so for the film dryers, Just syempre from the word itself, eto to remove excess water. Excess water dun sa surface ng ating film. Yan, sa surface ng film. Na kapag ka kasi hindi natanggal yun or sobrang dami pa nila, that might result into problem with the archival, yung pag-storage, even the display kapag ilalagay na siya sa view box, didikit siya dun sa surface, parang malagkit na possible na mabakbak pa yung emulsion. So kaya yun yung importance ng drying for viewing and storage purpose. And drying is also important. Katulad ng washing na ginagawa natin sa film processing, yung drying din is another important thing para ma-maximize yung storage lifespan ng ating X-ray film. At may mga types tayo. Ayan, mga types ng dryers and types of dryers natin. The first type is yung tinatawag nating air dryer. Siyempre, from the word air dryer, it use warm air. And so warm and fast moving air. It's literally like a blower type. Di ba pag gumagamit ng blower ng buhok, yung mabilis na hangin na mainit, yan, para matuyo ka agad yung buhok. Ganun din yung X-ray film dryer natin na air type. Meron namang tinatawag na cabinet type. Yan, yung mga cabinet dryer. So yung cabinet dryer natin, may enclosed space siya. And meron siyang enclosed space na doon pwedeng doon ihang or doon ibitin yung ating X-ray film kasi mas controlled yung environment. Ang advantage nito, controlled yung environment na ma-avoid yung mga possible external factors na maka-affect accidentally dun sa X-ray film natin. Kasi ang usual na pagpapatuyo noong araw, inahang lang nila, ibibitin lang nila tapos iboblow. Minsan pa nga kapag lumang-luma, yung lalo na sa mga clinics na maliliit, literal na parang damit na itasampay lang tapos hihintayin lang nilang matuyo. So ganun siya. Ang problem doon baka malaglag. So pag nalaglag, mapuputikan or maaalikabukan. So masisira yung image or other external forces ng environment, vulnerable yung ating film. So instead na i-view na lang sana, nasira pa yung image. Kaya sa na-invento nila tong cabinet na controlled yung environment. Okay, so yan. Okay, so ang pinaka dito, yung pinaka siguro yung siguro advanced form of upgrade form ng cabinet type, yung ginatawag na sa automatic processor. Yan. Yung sa automatic processor, special mention lang to na pag-uusapan din natin yung mga components niya next time. Isa sa mga component kasi neto yung dryer. Yung dryer ng automatic processor is a highly regulated blower na naka-specified yung condition. So parang siya, pinaghalong air dryer sa cabinet type na controlled yung kanyang pagpapa-dry dahil properly maintained, mabilis yung drying. Kaya pagka automatic processor, mga almost 1 to 2 minutes lang, mga 90 seconds, tapos na yung yung processing. Unlike yung traditional, mga 5 minutes, mga 5 minutes siya inaabot. Okay, so yun. Ito yung usual na ideal na temperature or should I say conditions ng dryer. So kapag sa gumagamit ng dryer, it should be avoid dapat and avoid yung overheating. And avoid the overheating kasi kapag nagkakaroon ng overheating, it would result into warping of the image. So ang magiging result nito kapag masyadong mataas yung temperature ng dryer, magwa-warp. Pag nag-warp, yung parang yung papel na nasunog, pero dahil hindi naman siya papel, parang plastic. Yung plastic pag naiinitan ng sobra, 'di ba, na kumukulubot. So kukulubot yung ating film kasi gawa rin yun sa plastic, yung polyester niya, saka yung emulsion mawawarp or kukulubot. So masisira yung image natin. Okay, so aside from that, So in connection pala dun sa overheating, kaya dapat ang ideal na temperature for dryer should be around yung traditional dryer. Iba pa kasi yung kapag ka automatic processor. Sa automatic processor din natin siya pag-usapan, mas mataas na init kaya mabilis siya makapag pa-dry and very controlled yun. Na, ano kaya yung manual drying, mas mababa yung temperature na ginagamit niya, 40 to 50 degrees Celsius lang or 104 to 122 degrees Fahrenheit. Yan, para hindi mangyari yung kinakatakutan na warping ng image. So instead na okay na sana pwede nang i-display, nasira pa. So uulit ko ngayon ng examination. Nasira kasi nung dryer yung image mo. And so another siguro last na dahil nga hangin yung ginagamit nito, yung binubuga niya doon sa film natin para ano siya matuyo yung dust. So it should you need to you need to observe kung may build up pa ng dust. The dryer should be dust free. Kasi yung dust kapag nag-build up doon sa wet surface ng ating film na pinapatuyo, pwedeng mag-result into artifact. Masisira niya yung ating image. Kaya it should be dust free dahil nga hangin yung ginagamit, maalikabok. Baka humikop din siya ng alikabok. Kaya dapat may filter. May filter yung dryer. So, hanggang dito muna tayo ngayon and by next meeting we are going to talk further about sa film handling na, yung pagpaprocess ng X-ray film. Okay, so hopefully you've learned something.
Okay, class, do you have any question or clarification regarding this topic? May gusto kayong itanong? Okay, so if there's none, I'll be giving you our time na. So, we will call it a day and kindly standby na lang sa ating group chat for my further announcement. So, possibly I'll be posting an assignment on Orange app. So, kindly wait na lang for the notification and sa GC natin. So, but for the meantime, have your rest na muna and keep safe everyone. Okay na, you have the permission to leave na.